Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening to Sir Zaki and all the classmates. Today, my group will present the Group Project for Global Business Strategy IBM641 and the country that we choose are India and China. My group members are Emilia Cempaka, Muhammad Rezwan, Nurul Aina, Nur Balkis and me myself Zulaika. First of all, let's see on what we will discuss on this presentation. First, we will explain a little bit about the company Speedmart and then the introduction of both countries, India and China. Moving on to the main part of this presentation, the risk and opportunity of India and China. To the end, we will discuss the limitation of analysis and we conclude the presentation with some recommendation. At the end of this session, please ask questions regarding our presentation in the Google Classroom or directly in this meet. 99 Speedmart Sdn Bhd was founded by Lee Tiam Wah in 1987. The headquarters is in Taman Barkeli, Klang, Selangor. The founder planted the seed of 99 Speedmart in the shape of typical mom and pop sundry mart named Pasaraya Hiap Ho in Tepi Sungai, Klang. 99 Speedmart is known for its affordable price and wide-range groceries product. This business has experienced rebranding process in the year 2000 from 99 Market to 99 Speedmart. Following to that, the company expanded the business by opening a few new stores in Klang, and since then, 99 Speedmart became one of the largest mini market chains in Malaysia. For many people, this store is a dependable staple store on which neighborhoods can rely. So it's not a great shop that it has 2,063 outlets as in 2021 covering Malaysia and Singapore. The mission and vision of 99 Speedmart is to maintain their reputation as one of Malaysia's industry leaders in retail grocery sector. They will also continue to embrace the concept of saving client time and money with their motto near and safe. Next, Emilia Cempaka will continue the presentation for introduction of countries.
Thank you, Zulaika. Now, I am going to continue this presentation with the introduction of the countries that we have chosen, which are India and China. During this section, I am going to touch briefly on the background of each country in terms of population, government, and their economy style. On top of that, we are going to have a look at one of the reasons why we chose these countries by looking at the demand of mini supermarkets there. Starting off with India. India is located at the southern part of Asia that is populated around by 1.34 billion citizens as of 2021. The total area of India is estimated to be around 3.29 million square kilometers, with 34% of their citizens located in the urban area and the remaining of 66% in the rural area. The politics that they practice is multi-party federal republic with two legislative houses, with the leaders being Narendra Modi as their current Prime Minister and Ram Nath Kovind as the President. The type of economy used in India is mixed economy and the currency used is Indian rupee. The growth of mini supermarkets in India is showing a positive one as grocery retail make up almost 68% out of the total retail market in India in the past year. The retail market is dominated by Kirana and mom and pop stores, which is owned by families that can be said to have similar concept as 99 Speedmart. Moving on to the next country, which is China. It is located in the eastern part of Asia with its population amounting around 1.42 billion with a total area at 9.57 million square kilometers. The government practice there is single-party People's Republic with one legislative house known as the National People's Congress, with their current president being Xi Jinping. The type of economy practiced in China is socialist market economy with Chinese yuan as the currency. In China, it has been observed that in the past year, there is a growing demand in fast-moving consumer goods. The demand is reflected in denomination in modern trade, which is valued around 8.1%. What we can conclude is that both countries are of huge population. Well, actually, both of them has one of the biggest population in the world and justifies the demand on fast-moving consumer goods, which is offered by mini supermarkets such as 99 Speedmart itself, which is high in both countries. Now, I would like to welcome the next team members to continue this presentation on the opportunities and risks in both countries, which are India and China.
India is a very large country and has many unique features in their people. With a strategic location located in southern Asia bordering the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, India is arguably a country that connects many countries and has a very wide market. However, there are some risks to be seen and opportunities to be taken by 99 Speedmart in India. The first opportunity is large market segmentation. India is one of the countries that have bigger geographical area and have large population in the world. With a total of 1.3 million Indians, it can be said to be one of the biggest business markets. It also gives the impression that there will be many customers in India since India is the third large economic purchasing power. This is a very good thing because the operation of 99 Speedmart will be well received since 99 Speedmart also provide necessity. The second opportunity is culture factor and taste. Culture reflects the way of life of a community. With the existence of culture, then a community is able to compete. For example, in India, they have a good language culture for business. This can be seen in terms of use of English language in India is very well. This facilitates effective of communication and reduce the risk of misunderstanding the culture there. The widespread of use English language in India gives 99 Speedmart the opportunity to manage its employees there by using English only. Next is risk. The first risk of doing business in India is crime cases. Crime rate is a factor that should be considered in conducting business activity both domestically and abroad. High crime rate will make people feel unsafe to go out shopping and company to operate. This will also hamper the company revenue and profit due to incurring high management costs. This can be seen in terms of use of high technology such as use of CCTV and security alarm, which cost a lot over the time. For example, in India, among the areas with high cases is Chennai. With stressful situation, the India will do anything to survive. Therefore, 99 Speedmart should identify areas in India more careful so as not incur losses due to break-in, robberies, and other gangster activity. The second risk is resource acquisitions. The acquisition of basic resources in the business such as water supply source, electric business, operating area, and community line is very important in ensuring effectiveness in business operations. In India, electric is one of the most difficult resources to be obtained. With dense populations, electrical installation took a very long time and even took almost a month according to the local media. This proves that if there's any damage in terms of wiring, it will hinder business operations, especially 99 Speedmart frozen materials. Therefore, 99 Speedmart should ensure the operating areas have easy access to basic resources and have fast service to continue operate well and effective.
Now, let us have a look at the opportunity versus risk for the next country, which is China. The first one will be the economic stability that the country faced since 1979. This happened due to the country opening up to foreign trade and investment, and as stated by the World Bank, they are able to double up their GDP for every 8 years. Apart from that, in order to adapt with the new normal, which is a term for living in post-pandemic, China is focusing on environmental innovation and technology, which will bring a huge impact on development of new businesses in the future. The next one would be the existence of trading blocks. In simple words, a trade bloc is a group of countries joined together through a trade agreement with the objective of increasing services, capital, and much more. According to the United Nations Conference Trade and Agreement, UNCTAD, the new Mega Asia-Pacific Trade, which is the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, RCEP, which includes China, brings a huge opportunity to revive post-pandemic economic growth and boost global foreign investment. In addition to that, according to the NST, Malaysia is also about to sign the RCEP agreement by March. With this, the RCEP also brings a greater market transparency and a much stronger support for foreign investments. On the other hand, there must exist some risk to invest in China. The first one is natural disasters, which is a common thing in China. This could cause potential loss and is extremely damaging towards businesses, which would hinder its growth. As an example, back in 2020, the flood that occurred in China have caused their business industry to suffer great losses, and some couldn't even keep on upholding their businesses, as it had ruined their infrastructure and disrupted their production and property. The last one is political risk. Due to political instability or changes, this could highly affect investment returns. The fact that China is based on communism, their business rules are always in line with the government's policy. Case in point would be the trade war that occurred in 2018 between the United States and China, which resulted in China government increasing the tax liabilities for the US firms. Thus, Malaysia may face the same risk if the same situation happened between us and China. Hence, let us now look at the country comparison grid for both China and India. The first variable is if the countries allow 100% of foreign ownership, and both China and India accepts 100% of foreign ownership. The second part for return consists of three different variables, which are sales potential, economic stability, and existence of trading blocs. In this part, a higher number signifies a preferred rating, and China totals at a 10 and India totals at a 6. As for risk, there are three different variables, which are political, competitive, and natural disaster. In this case, a lower number signifies a preferred rating, and China scored a total of 6 and 10 for India. Thus, from the table shown, China has a higher return and lower risk compared to India, which makes it more appealing as it comes with a great potential of successful investments in the future.
Now let's proceed with the limitation and the problem. The ambivalence towards the outsiders has become an issue in China, and it has been affecting this report. The high turnover rate in China is due to the highly qualified talent and demand pay, which has become costly for foreign companies to keep up with. Consequently, the domestic Chinese company has been adopting the human resources management of foreign companies, but still able to attract and retain their workers. To make it worse, Western expatriates are less likely want to move to China, and there are lack of information on these issues. Moving on to corruption issues in India, India is known as a developing country, especially for its growth of economy. The high GDP does not raise the social economy of human development in India. In 2021, India ranked 85 among the countries in a corruption perception index. This has raised tons of worry among the foreign investors and trading partners. This somehow affects the analysis of this report on the India, as the precision and accuracy of the cost on starting business in India can't be identified, since there will be tons of hidden costs. The uncertainties exist in this country are not only affecting the process of the location decision, but making the business operation in the long run later on. As a conclusion, based on the systemic and detailed analysis conducted on both countries, there are significant differences which can be observed on both countries. China has shown higher potential for the 99 Speedmart to mark its second international market, apart from Singapore. Even in the background of the country itself, provide a better reflex on the stability of the economy. This has been justified in the opportunities claim, where the large scale of the capital investment and the existence of trading bloc allow foreign investors to bloom securely in China's market. Although the China is constantly hit with natural disasters and climate change, which will disrupt the economic activities, the government has always had a strategic plan and to overcome the issues, especially when it has been foreseen beforehand. Technology evolution in China was made use wisely, especially in preparedness of the natural disaster and the fast action taken in combating these issues. Hence, the reliability offered by this country has highly contributed towards the process of decision-making. Consequently, although Chinas are usually ambivalent towards foreigners, this can be overcome by learning the culture, hiring a middleman or lawyers who work best in this field. The high cost of doing business in this country is not an issue for a strong company like 99 Speedmart, especially when the return on investment will be definitely worth it. Therefore, China is the country suggested for 99 Speedmart to pursue for its international investment. So that's all for our analysis on the detailed analysis pertaining to the location decision process for India and China. Now we open the platform for the Q&A session in the comment section.